Well, hi. I just felt like I needed to go through kind of narrating this a bit because it gets a little confusing because I didn't film enough, but this past week has been a bit chaotic. It began great. I was on a high, feeling like I could conquer every single one of my fears one by one. So I wanted to start with something accessible, but that would also improve my life if I conquered the fear. Not just to conquer the fear, but also, you get what I'm saying? So I decided I was going to venture to Echo Park on foot, alone. And this is not scary because I'm scared of walking around LA alone, because it is what it is. I take protective measures and I feel safe. What is scary about that is the birds. If you're my friend watching this, you know that birds have been my number one fear for my entire life. Actually, I think it started when I was about 8, and when I took a trip with my parents. My dad was working in Belgium, and there were really vicious pigeons there, and I think that's what planted that seed. But I've had issues with birds my entire life. Yeah, the last time I went to Echo Park was not comfortable around the birds, the geese. But it's really convenient for my runs if I don't want to drive somewhere or move my car, or parking is an issue. I can get there on foot, so I decided it would be really nice to just walk first to really get a sense of how much bird there is. Will I freak out? Will I be okay? So this is me facing one of my biggest fears, actually. I'm so scared right now.
Yeah, it was like...
They're so scary. But you know what? I'm big. They're small. I'm strong. Look. They're so everywhere. Yeah. Ew. Ew. It's following me. And then the rest of the week was kind of normal. I've been working a lot, but I've been really consistent with my running, and that's been great. I'm not going to share my stats quite yet, but I am really improving in my time, which is like crazy. I did not expect to actually improve. So that's pretty cool. I'm learning a lot about pacing myself and taking care of my body so that I can be at my best for the next day, and the importance of rest. And I feel like the Nike app actually really helps with not trying to push myself so hard. And a lot of the runs, you're not like feeling so tired after. Like they're really meant to like help you improve your technique and everything and your endurance. And so that was like, that's been a really big factor in my running growth as of recent. So then cut to Thursday. I'm about to do an interval, the Nike app has me doing an interval that day, an interval training session. So I wanted to be flat where I'm running, so I decided this was going to be my first time going down to Echo Park and running down there. And I did it. I ran through the birds. I think I was like tired enough, and also like because it was early and like in my like running zone, that the birds weren't bothering me as much, which was really good. What then occurred is something I could have never imagined. So the craziest thing just happened to me wearing gloves. What do you think it could be? I was stretching on a platform at Echo Park above the lake, and then I had my phone in my waistband, and I turned over and my phone fell out and it plopped into the lake. It plopped into the lake and it was resting on this grass, like stuff, lake grass. I really didn't know what to do. I ran and went and got a guy that seemed around my age and was like, please, can you help me? I don't know what to do. And he was like, go talk to one of those workers. Like, they look like they can help. And I went, and savior of my effing life, Efren was his name. Shout out. LA City Park employee Efren. He took me on the golf cart to the equipment silo, and we got a couple rakes and a net, and he sat there and he helped me rake and net up my phone. And I'm walking back home now, obviously filming on my phone. It works fine. It was lighting up while it was in the water. So shout out Apple, I guess. It seems fine. But my life truly flashed before my eyes. Like, I was not prepared for that kind of accident this morning. So surreal. So I guess I feel like this is a badge of like true Angelina-ness now. Dropping your phone in Echo Park Lake. Anyways, I'll never forget you, Efren. You saved my life, Angel. I dropped my phone in Echo Park Lake. A crowd gathered as me and Efren got rakes, nets, scooped my phone from the depths of the lake, and it still works. I filmed when I was walking home and it still worked, but then when I went home, actually, I plugged it in and it said liquid detected. So then I spent the whole afternoon without my phone because I was letting it air out. And that was kind of freeing. Like, I think I'm like the best person for that to happen to, but because I've been on this like weaning off of social media, like I'm only using Instagram on my computer during my little computer time, which is like feels like I'm going on Facebook, like in elementary school on the family computer. But it is really like, I think that it's been helping. Well, I did it because I was getting sucked into Reels, which I deleted Instagram or TikTok a long time ago, so I didn't want to like repeat that cycle. But also the Reels were getting really, the ones that I was getting served up, at first it started out like running training ones or like hiking, inspiration, blah, 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 blah. Then it's devolved so quickly into what I eat in a day to look this way, my gym routine and what I eat to lose weight, yada yada yada. It was like so quickly into scary territory that I just like really needed to remove myself, because I would click on it because I'm monkey brained. Like it was just really easy to slide back into that cycle. So I'm just doing Instagram every couple of days, checking in on my friends and etc. And that's been really nice because when I'm not on it all the time, like the posts from my actual friends like build up enough that I could like scroll for a little while, feel satisfied, and then like get off it and not look at like the explore page of all these like models and influencers. And I also think it's been helping my like consumerism a lot. Like I don't feel like, or I have felt less inclined to shop for certain like, oh, I need this like type of shirt, or I need whatever like trendy thing. Like I feel less of that bouncing around in my head all the time because I'm not looking at it. So that's been cool. What was yeah, being off my phone. So I drove to Whole Foods and I got a matcha. No phone, no directions, no phone. Went grocery shopping, no phone. It was actually the weirdest thing. Nobody has ever stopped me and asked for the time. But so randomly, a gentleman in Whole Foods said, "Do you have the time?" And I said, "Nope, I don't have my phone." And I was like, wait, should I have told him that? What if he like kidnaps me in the parking lot? But it was fine, he didn't. But then, so phone was fine, thank God. I felt like that kind of like was a little shake up to be like, hey, remember, this can happen. Just remember. Right, so then I sliced my hands